Okay, so today was to be one of the final tests of our brilliance. Everything was working properly. No crashing computers, no equipment missing, and finally, no doubts that we were the smartest, greatest, most amazing scientific engineers ever born. Ever. Our confidence was boosted even further when James got in the car, started it up, activated the invisibility drive, and the entire vehicle disappeared. I mean, the whole thing. For the last 4 months, we kept finding roaming holes in the system. Everything would vanish except the rear left wheel, or the radiator, or the passenger side door handle. We couldn't pin it down. But now we finally got it. It was entirely gone. I mean, except for James, of course. The invisibility suit is the next step, but for now, we had a totally functioning Wonder Woman car. All we had to do now was test it in motion. We only had to drive it a few meters across the lab. This part we had not even been able to do yet, but we weren't too worried. The hard part was solved. Dr. Jenna, our team leader, stood in her little alcove with the data recording equipment, ready to change the world. I stood on the other side of the laboratory, making sure the system didn't overheat, and James put the car in gear. The car we used, it had an automatic transmission. It was an old Chevy Spectrum that I bought for my grandma years ago. We thought the name was cool for our project. It also had much fewer parts to go wrong. I watched James fumble to find the invisible gear shift, press the invisible button, pull back on the invisible stick, let his foot off the invisible brake pedal, and put it down gently on the invisible gas pedal. Sounds simple enough, but from this one incredible moment, the thing I remember most is the goofy look on his face as he turned directly towards Dr. Jenna, and then me, as the car suddenly shot backwards. Not the screeching tires that suddenly echoed through the small lab, or the scraping sound of the invisible door against the steel safety barrier. Only James's crazy face as he immediately realized that all of our genius had been turned into the punchline of a kitschy comedy show. In our final moments of driving forward into the future of technology, he put the invisible car in reverse. Is it irony that we didn't see this coming? Anyway, the second thing I noticed, and what startled me more than the sound or the shock of it all, was the strange shape flying up in front of me, seemingly coming from the car. What the hell was that? Oh, it was just my rucksack. The strap somehow caught in the door of the invisible car, and now it was flying backwards with James. I had gotten up early this morning and made a bunch of homemade pancakes as a celebration lunch for this great day. And I packed them all in that rucksack and kept them with me, and somehow got it caught in the invisible door. Well, James would be okay. The lab wasn't big enough to get much speed and make a total wreck. The car would be, well, who knows? Probably all right, after a lot more work now. But that lunch is gone. Such is the price of changing the world sometimes, I guess.